last 22 years. Don't come on this set of lying to the American public because you're wearing pom-poms that are blue and white for the wrong team. You don't get to do that right now.
You only get to wave this pom-pom card at me when you relegate the history to 22 years of recency.
Well, time out.
22 years.
You really
well, we're
said
evaluating franchises here.
You just said that. You just said that with a straight face.
That's right.
Oh, you only get to do it. You say 22 games. You said 22 years.
That's right.
22. What were you doing 22 years ago, Will? Wait, just throw out anything.
You were in college.
Anything. What were you doing 22 years ago, Will?
I mean, since you want
to act like that's not such a long time ago, okay? What were you doing 22 years ago, Will K? Don't even bother answering because you know better. It was nonsense what you said.
Don't evaluate Will as 20s or 30s.
Exactly.
Only as a teenager.
I'll go. Let me finish my point.
Please.
Let's go finish my point. That's all I got to say because I really don't have much to say about this subject because here's what it really comes down to. It's not that the Giants are like everybody else. The problem is they've become like everybody else. Because the Giants left this, they had this facade, they had this imagery, Will, where they gave you a reason to believe that if nothing else, they were going to be relatively consistent. When you see them say wholesale changes, but then Tom Coughlin walks out, he's the one that's left holding the bag, and he's the one that's booted out of the door. Tom Coughlin, I think we all can acknowledge is a man of principle. Tom Coughlin is a guy that's a two-time Super Bowl champion. He missed the playoffs too many years as far as I'm concerned, and I understood why the need for change was necessary. What I had a problem with was the fact that he was isolated. That's why he walked off that podium and walked by the owner when the man stood up to shake his hand, because he was offended that he was the fall guy. That's not what the Giants have done throughout its history. That's not the way they operate. They also don't operate where you got a coach scared to discipline Odell Beckham Jr. You're going to call out Eli Manning for every little mistake, but you're going to let Odell Beckham Jr. get a pass. They don't do things like that. The Giants have been the Giants. They made sure that you understood that the brand that is the New York Giants is what you're answerable to. That's not the impression that they gave over the last couple of years or so, which is, some would say, has contributed to their demise.
That's why.
That's really all I have to say about that.
If I may respond to the accusation of homerism and pom-poms, because I don't like to interrupt, you got a lot of nerve inviting me onto a set with three people basically wearing Eli Manning jerseys and New York Giants jerseys and accuse me of having pom-poms. You accuse me of looking back on years 22 past, but you're pointing out in a seemingly unknowing agreement with me that over the last several years, the New York Giants have tarnished any idea, if it ever existed, of the Giant way being somehow above every other franchise in the NFL. By the way, you really, hold on, I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, but you're lying. For example, when you say
lying is a serious charge. If you want to keep this up, I'm really going to come hard at you. I'm going to quit smiling and playing if you keep calling me a liar.
Do you really think that I'm fearful of you coming at me? Have you lost your damn mind?
If you're not,
the fact of the matter is, you're the one that brought up the 22 years. I did it. You brought up.
That's not true. We run the tape about 5
Exactly. You brought up the 22 years. The Dallas Cowboys are just 22 years. If you want to reduce it, that's right.
You said 22 years.
That's right.
You said it.
The recent success of the Dallas Cowboys.
You talk about the recency of 22 years. Well, that is ridiculous. 22 years is a very long time.
You brought it up.
Let's talk about
the Giants. The Cowboys haven't produced in 22 years as a judgment on the franchise.
Yes, that is a very good way. I think 22-year blocks is a good judgment.
Production on the field.
Please, can you deal with that?
Here's the Giants, okay? You say that they're self-interested. They make mistakes like every other franchise.
Right.
Yes. However, it's not that they're not self-interested or they don't make mistakes. They do. But is there a Giants way, or has there been until very recently? Yes, there has been. That's why. Now, are they perfect? Are they angels? No. But they have a better way of operating than most teams.
Max, let me just ask you a question.
Success.
Well, give me 2 pieces of evidence that illustrate the Giant way.
I'll give you a problem that they're facing right now because of the Giant way.
No, what about the evidence?
Well, I don't know, the Super Bowls, the fact that they're...
That's the Giant way?
By the way,
the Cowboys have more.
Go find players to badmouth the Giants who used to play on the Giants. It's not so easy. Former players and executives like the Giants. They liked working there. They like the people there. It's a well-run organization. It's not unique. It's not that they're the only organization like that. I mentioned the Steelers, and there are others. However, that's the right way to run a franchise. Here's one of the problems the Giants run into. They make the wrong hire. They got the wrong GM, and they got the wrong coach. What do? They don't want to be the kind of franchise with a coaching carousel. So usually for them, discretion is the better part of valor. Let's wait. Let's assess this. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not be impulsive. It puts them in a tough spot when McAdoo's clearly the wrong coach.
So I come out here and make the point The Giant way, which is ill-defined and given no evidence of its supporting existence beyond 3 fans telling me that they're unique and above other franchises. The Giant way is winning Super Bowls. Well, I got to tell you something. You got some franchises to catch to live up to the Cowboy way or the Steeler way.
Not in the last
you got
22
some work
years.
to do. Meanwhile, as you both make your arguments, we point out the evidence that suggests there is no Giant way. From the treatment of Tom Coughlin to the treatment of Eli Manning to the boat trips to the players walking off the field this year. I can give you whatever it may be, Stephen. I've got evidence that there is no I'm just asking you for I'm going to reduce it from 2. I'm going to leave it at 1. Give me one piece of evidence the Giants have a Giant way above everyone else. Because remember, my contention is not that the Giants are horrible. They're just like everybody else.
You know what? I hear where you're coming from. My response to that would be this. Unlike the Cowboys who are in Texas, and you got Houston's in Texas, but they're far away, whatever. The Giants and the Jets share the same city, the same stadium, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of times people juxtapose them to the New York Jets, and they see how it.
Well, that's convenient.
Well, that's true, but that's where it emanates from. I'm just answering the question to be quite honest.
So the Giant way is better than the Jets?
No, it's not that the Giants way.
Boy, and I got the pom-poms.
Oh, really?
Hold on.
Before we let you speak. So now you want to talk? So what I'm trying to say to you is this. Not only are you not the Jets, but when you talk about the Cowboys, one of the reasons why people talk about the Steelers way, the Patriot way, the Giants way, et cetera, is because of your team. Because we all know that how many organizations, for example, has back-to-back Super Bowl championships? And, I can't get along with the coach. So let me get rid of it. Then I'm going to go out and get Barry Switzer, right?
Yeah,
and then after that, you got all of this stuff going on.
Win, by the way. Another Super Bowl.
That's true. And then after that, you haven't done anything in 22 years.
I got it. The Giant way, the evidence on the table that the Giant way exists is that they're better than the Jets. Hold on.
The team.
And they're slow to fire.
We're not talking about the team. We're not talking about the industry.
Stephen A., you're falling for the bait. Here's the problem.
I'm not falling for any bait. I'm answering questions that he can't answer.
He set up a straw man.
What is the straw man?
No one here is claiming that the Giants are unique and have the best way. You're claiming that we're claiming that. No one's claiming that. What I am claiming is the Giants have a good way, as some other very good franchises do. I mentioned the Steelers. So not unique, better than everyone else, but one of the well-run organizations, family-owned and well-run by good people. That's the first claim. The second claim.
Devoid of ego.
That there has been a Giants.
Getting in their way.
Hold on. The second claim, that there has been a Giants way, and this was my point, and this was Stephen A.'s point. But that you are the sum of your decisions. If you start making bad decisions, even good, smart people, you start making bad decisions over the last several years, which is what you point out, you will damage your reputation, which is what is happening now, as evidenced by you claiming there is no Giants way.
Might I suggest that things standing out about the New York Giants or the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New England Patriots even, and the existence of some special way, the one standout factor in all those franchises that gets this special recognition is that they're in the Northeast, where you guys are all from, where these media companies are all based.
All right, let's get to your team.
That is what's special.
Really?
That's how you get to have a special way.
Let's move on to the subject, because that's the thing. So I want you to know, based on what you just said, I get to hold you accountable for anything that I don't like about what goes on in the South then. Based on what you just said. Do you want that? Do you want that? Do you want that? You better watch your mouth.
Real quick.
You better watch your mouth. It's the South.
Will, who's the best team in the NFC right now? Who's the best team in the NFC?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, who's the best team in the AFC?
The New England.
Who's the second best team in the AFC?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Where are they all located?
What does this have to do with it?
You're talking about a Northeast bias. Who the best teams are? The best teams are in the Northeast.
We're not talking about who's the best football team, but if they have a special way.
Don't let him off the hook. He just finished accusing us being from the Northeast. I'm saying, so that's your reason. So because you're from the South, we get to attach all things from the South to you.
How many
Remember,
teams
you just said that. We just said, you just said, you the one that did it. You did it.
You guys tell me.
From now on.
How come there's no 49er way?
Let me look.
There
used to be, and they were good.
It used to be, but you wouldn't know that, Mr. Lawyer. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm looking.